Shalawam, Shalawam. Hey, first and foremost, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Barak, Ha, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us His truth. And Shalawam to the hopeful elect, right? As well as the 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining yourself out there in this truth and sincerity. Okay? Hey, this is more so a testimony, man, or really just I was gonna call it a testimony of faith, or example of faith, or something along the lines of that. So, you trust in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi with all your might, man, with all your spirit, with all your mind, your heart, your soul, right? And it's important to know how things are set up, okay, with order and decency, right? And speaking for myself, man, it's gonna pull you to the correct path always. If you believe yourself to be a righteous man and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you sticking to this truth, you sticking to this path, right? You're gonna be in order. You're gonna get in order. If you fall out a little bit, you're gonna get back. Okay? If you thinking, you got knowledge and you're trying to do your thing, you may get caught up in things and try to do it just in whatever type of way. Like the flesh be cutting at you and like, man, said this or whatever, did this and that, and really your mind be fighting against you. And that'll pull you out, so you really got to keep these scriptures in mind. You really got to keep the order in mind and how things are set up and how things are ran before you fall out. Alright? Just leaving camp, man, and felt great to be back at camp amongst the brothers, and really harking on the order, and that's what needs to be set up, and that's what needs to be said. Because as the elders say, man, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi isn't coming back to set the order. Yeah, to set the order of the world, of course, but the order amongst Israel, the house of David, it's already going to be in order. Brothers is going to be in order, waiting for those chariots to come. Okay? It ain't going to be no, hey, get in order, the sifting is being done right now. And if brothers can't get with it and understand it, then if you don't want to get it ordered, then it just ain't going to happen, man. And at the end of the day, we know who puts out this truth without any blame on them. And that's the elders of GMS. Okay? And that's, starting with the elders up there in New York. And then, of course, to the regions. Alright? Whatever regions it be. Alright? The West, Midwest, South, Texas. You know how it goes. So that's it's like it's a chain of command, to go heavy on it. And I ain't touching on too many scriptures, just speaking on accounts. Alright, Paul had order. Okay, it was order amongst that. The apostles, that was a certain order that Yahawashi set up. So when men saying that it's not men down here, and I never said that, right? And whatever. But there'd be brothers out there that do say that, it's just Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi that's working with us, etc., etc. But he actually has set up men down here, the same way that Yahawashi left men down here to order and govern the people. As the brother was breaking down, government means to govern the mind, right? So that order, that government, which is being set up right now, through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Alright? So that government is being set up to govern the mind of what? The world, the earth. And more so importantly, Yasharahla, Israel. Right? So you really, brothers that are open and brothers that have been given the chance of this gift, we've been given a chance, man, to be in this government, to be in this, what you want to call, Congress, House of Representatives, the Parliament, whatever you want to call it, bro. We've been given a chance to be in this government. And it felt good to be back at camp, man. Amongst the government, amongst the brothers, amongst where it's coming out. And it's coming hard, without filter, right? Ain't no appeasing, ain't no cutting corners, ain't no sugar coating, none of that. It's just that 100% truth, precept upon precept, And brothers is real on and off the camera, right? It ain't no, brothers come to camp, it wasn't no hard feelings or nothing, And I think, man, a lot of times we get up in the flesh and be thinking this and that, and it don't even be like that. And that's the thing, especially us young brethren got to learn, man. Right? And like they say, man, Jake, don't make everything a big deal, because it's not. This is this social media generation, which I remember even before that, man, the 90s, right? I'm a 90s baby, so I ain't grow up with no phone, until I got like 17. So in the 90s, man, we ain't had no phone. You had to go use the house phone. So we wasn't really caught up with how these kids today is all on the internet and things like that. You don't know what another person was doing or thinking, or it wasn't really no time to be like, dang, they living it up, or they doing this, or he talking about him, or he talking about it. Wasn't all of that, right? With the unicorn, yeah, knowledge is increased, as it spoke of in Daniel, what is it, 12th chapter, I believe so, or brothers could correct me if I'm wrong. But knowledge is increased, of course, through the unicorn, but also wickedness is shown. Wickedness is brought out, and wickedness is pushed forward. If you very, what's the word, man? Easily influenced, then this internet, the unicorn, is gonna eat you up. If you don't got that guard amongst you, you don't know how to control your mind, and you ain't with the government to control your mind, to help your mind, to govern your mind, then this internet, the unicorn, man, it's gonna eat you up. Alright, and you're gonna get caught up in this effeminate mindset of Babylon, man. That's what this place is on. Emotions. That's emotions, man. Edomite emotions. Right? It's putting you in a motion of Esau. Alright? That's how it's moving about, man. Effeminate. Esau mad because they want the blessing back. Okay? Jake get caught up. Jake get in an envious, jealous spirit. Or it might not even be like that, man. Brothers never even feel like that. Alright? Or it be like, whatever it may be, man. Like, you could look at these Instagram models, man, and you believe that they going to Cabo, they going to Turks and all that bullshit, when they going over there to get fucked, man. Alright? Or they getting all that money from selling their body, and their apartment look like shit, right? Or they just go out on a date with a dude, take a picture of some nice restaurant, but once again, they be broke as hell. That's how the unicorn pushes stuff out. People manipulate, and they manipulate, right? So don't fall into that trap. Keep a guard on you, and that's that armor. In the book of Ephesians, that's that armor. You keep that guard on you. And how is that laid out? By the government. The government is putting that out. And that's the men of GMS, man. Alright? Alright? Every time, man, I ain't never stopped watching camp. Constantly watching camp, constantly watching lessons. Because I know the government gonna feed me correctly. Right? And coming back into the fold, being under the government, man. And always been under the government. Never. Order is you know, if you a fool, you're gonna buck up against order. It may be things going on with the flesh and situations that go on that may get out of hand, misunderstandings, etc., etc., and that may bring you to certain positions. But at the end of the day, hey, we supposed to suffer, and it's true. We supposed to suffer righteously, right? Who came into this truth and didn't suffer, right? And you truly got some faith. Like I said, I wanted this to be called a testimony of faith. You truly got some faith, man. You're going to trust and believe in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi to work every single situation out. So, if you think that this situation is too hard for him to work out, then you don't really trust and believe in him. Right? So I was watching the elders earlier, man. Before I got to camp, I was watching the elders, Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Barak, and speaking along the lines, they said, ain't no such thing as fear in this thing. We don't come with a spirit of fear. These Israelites that don't truly believe in the Heavenly Father and the Son, and they gonna fear in the time of Jacob's trouble. They're gonna be caught up. It's gonna terrify them. The king of terrors is gonna eat them up. Right? So this ain't gonna be too long. So I'm about to wrap up, man. But just want to say, brothers, don't let nothing hold you back from assembling with the brotherhood. Regardless, whatever situation, don't let nothing hold you back. Regardless, I acknowledge those that been doing this work longer than you, experienced in this thing and doing it righteously. Scripture says, double honors to those that rule righteously, rule correctly, right? And that's the men of GMS, man. And ain't none of these other camps, right? A lot of these guys have took the bag. A lot of these guys have sold their own people out. They don't care about Yasharahla. They don't care about your well-being. They don't care about you at all. They're going to let you take the C-hip and wave goodbye to you and do whatever with that money they want to do. Okay? And then they ultimately going to be destroyed through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Alright? Because they not in the government. They on the wicked hand. They on the wicked side. That's the rebels that spoke up. What's that? Ezekiel? Right? That's the rebels, man. That Yahawashi is going to purge out the sifting. And this is a great sifting that's going on. Alright? Because as we see, Esau, Edom got their hands on everything. And they just did a test run with the digital systems, manipulating it, doing all that. But we got a testimony of what? Of faith. So we don't got no fear in any of that. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is going to protect you and keep you out the way. Alright? Man, for real. Shoot. And I had planned, I remember, I don't know, Spirit had me plan to go home, like 2 weeks ago. I could have went home this week, right? It could have been planned, and then boom, I would have been stuck at an airport, right? But hey, everything worked out how it's supposed to work out. So that's a blessing, and that's That's just Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. We don't know the little battles that Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, does on our behalf, works out for us, and keeps us out the way. Right? It's little things, man. Simple things like a drunk driver could be coming my way right now, and Yahawah could have him, take another way or something like that. It's just those little things and the blessings that brothers are bestowed, man. Especially when you in this thing and you doing the work wholeheartedly with righteous intent and sincerity. Truly doing what you're supposed to do. Right? So hey, that's just a testimony of faith, man. No scriptures, just really testimony of faith. And also about the order. So assemble, get with the brothers. Alright. And with that being said, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakah, HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS. Shalawam to the Tabernacle of David, hopeful elect. Shalawam, Shalawam, Shalawam. As always, Kwam Yasharahla. Abide, Ba, Shalawam.